had a little furish collar around because it was November. And of course short pants and shoes. I can guarantee they weren't brown shoes because I hate brown. And it's probably what I was wearing. I just trying to figure out how can a thing that was so popular just disappear? It was so popular.
Yeah.
And it disappeared. And I had one. I had a VHS. But you remember, we moved around here, there, and everywhere. I loved. It was wonderful. I got to tell you, it was wonderful. It had everything. It was the nightest of every show that they had us with all our patients, and the theme of the show was old Hollywood, and it was in the country club, and we had cutouts of Laurel and Hardy and this one and that one, and it was black and white. Everybody was dressed in black and white, and only one idiot, an obstetrician's wife, came in green. I mean, everybody was dressed in black and white. The orchestra played for 4 hours, band. His name was Donnie Brooks. He had had 1 or 2 hits. And when they saw all of the cameras coming, they never took a break. They danced for 4 hours, and they were taking pictures, you know, here, there, and everywhere. And for 4 hours, those people were taking TVs. They were just shooting, and they would, and actually, the country club's room was on stilts. Okay, and I'm telling you, you felt the shake. It was the biggest barbell in the history of Mulholland Club. And it was so, everybody was so taken with it that before you knew it, it wasn't just LA anymore. It was everywhere. It got to Europe. You know, particularly since somebody found, oh, he's from Vienna, oh, well, of course. And in England, and so on and so forth. And that's what ignited. I was busy, but it just ignited the whole thing. And I can't find that.
That piece happened what date?
It had to be in 1969 or 70.
So that's prior to the second Merv Griffin.
Prior to that, Merv Griffin, this is how it worked. It's in the book. Number 1, the woman comes in, she wants to have a facelift. She has no money. I said, okay, get me on a couple of TV shows. She gets me on Good Morning Los Angeles at 5 in the morning. Then she calls me up and said they want to do a makeover on a woman. They want a hairdresser, they want a clothes designer, they want a plastic surgeon, they want this. And my first response was, look, I don't want to be with a bunch of fags. They are so hard to work with. So they said at least talk to the producer. So I went to a place called Musso and Frank, which is a very well-known restaurant. And his name is Mike Gavin, and he was there with his fiancée at the time, Paula, and she was the doctor's wife. And she had heard of me because already I was pretty busy. And we started talking, and he asked me the insane question, why do you want to be on TV? I said, are you crazy? I want to be famous. So the 5-minute or the 10-minute meeting took an hour and a half to finish, 2 hours. Oh, you can play the piano, and oh, and you're a good athlete. Oh, and you're a dancer, my goodness. And do you have anybody? He says, yes, I have a woman who would probably do it. She looks terrible. And I got, would she visit? But nothing, of course she would. And you have a picture of her, and you could see. And not only were they pictures of her, it was beautifully done. It was the prototype of everything. But they showed me playing tennis, playing the piano, swimming, and so on and so forth. And then the dance with all the people, with everything. It was, nobody had ever done anything like that. Nobody had ever done anything like this. And all of a sudden, I was the new kid on the block. And then somebody came to me, do you want to write a book? Okay, I'll write a book. She said, you write what you want. I'll write what I want. Helen Gould was her name. She had written some books. And you know, I'm a relatively voracious writer, if you want me to. So I wrote about 130, 140 pages. She wrote 180 pages. She already had it done. I mean, it was new. So 1, 2, 3, they took almost all of my pages. They threw away half of hers, but she got the advance. I didn't care. I didn't. All right, so all of a sudden, boom! I got a book. Well, you got to go on the book tour. So that's how I got on the Merv Griffin Show. I got on the Merv Griffin Show because I wrote the book, because the book was after the Extreme Makeover Show. And then Look magazine came at around the same time, and I was this close to being on the cover. In fact, I saw Dustin Hoffman was on the show, Little Big Man. So, and people were pouring it. And then Merv Griffin, then I was at the Tomorrow Show, the Yesterday Show. I was with Steve Howell. I was with a lot of people, and all of a sudden, movie people got interested. I had some experiences which were in the book. I mean, for instance, Eddie Lamar. Well, that's easy to explain. And my interlude with Aaron Spelling, and so on and so forth. So everything, my whole life exploded. And I was the one to go to. And I was a nice guy, so we did this, and then I wanted to do things for free, and